Ever heard the phrase, there are always two sides to every story? Well, in the music industry, every single track has two sides too. And if you don't understand both, you will never fully get how the business and the money actually works. So in this video, I'm breaking down the two sides of every song, the two copyrights you need to know, and how royalties flow to writers, artists, labels, and publishers. Let's dive in. And quick note before we start, everything I'm explaining here comes straight from my book. I wrote it because when I first started as a producer and artist, I was completely clueless about royalties. I just put out music and years later I kept getting money in my account. And honestly, I thought it was a mistake. Like one day they would ask me to pay it all back. It turns out it wasn't a mistake. I just didn't know about all the royalty streams in music. That curiosity led me to years of learning, writing it down, and finally turning it into a book. So if you like this, the book goes way deeper. Alright, let's start with the basics. Every track has two sides. The composition side, aka the publishing side. This is the melody, the lyrics, and music written by songwriters. It's the idea of a track, often captured in a demo. Then we got the recording, aka the master side, the actual recorded version of that ID, performed in the studio by an artist. This is what you hear on Spotify, Apple Music, or the radio. And here's something beginners often miss. One composition can have many recordings, like a remix, a cover, and even a parody. They all come from the same song copyright, but each one is a new master recording. Here's where the roles split. Most big artists don't write all their own songs. Some do, and we call them singer-songwriters, but a lot of pop stars have entire writing teams behind them. And that makes sense, because writers can create demos anywhere, anytime. Artists, on the other hand, need budgets, studios, and a full team to record and release. At the top level, touring and promotion take up so much time that writing often gets outsourced. That doesn't mean artists aren't creative, it just means the business runs on specialization. In the end, writers need artists to bring their songs to life, and artists need writers for a constant supply of material. And because there are two sides, there are also two copyrights. The first one is the song copyright, usually owned by the songwriter or their publisher. Then we got the sound recording or master copyright, usually owned by the label, unless the artist is independent. Copyright gives the owner control, the right to decide how a work is used, licensed, reproduced, and distributed. So if you wrote the song, you own the composition copyright. If you recorded it, you or your label owns the master copyright. Now let's move into money. First up are the publishing royalties. These pay the songwriters and the publishers. There are three main types. The first one is performance royalties. Every time your song is performed publicly, like radio, TV, live venues, streaming, and even restaurants and gyms. This is collected by a PRO like ASCAP, BMI, or PRS. At the end of the year, they track plays and pay out to writers and publishers. Number two are mechanical royalties. Every time your song is reproduced, like on a CD, download, or stream. In the US, sales and downloads go through the Harry Fox agency, while streaming is handled by the MLC. Outside the US, usually one government agency handles both payments. 3. Sync royalties. When your song is synced with video, like in movies, ads, Netflix series, or video games. The publisher licenses the song and collects a one-time fee. Plus, you will also see performance royalties every time that video is broadcast. So those are the publishing royalties. If you're a songwriter, these are your paychecks. Now let's flip it. Master royalties go to the artists and labels who recorded the song. These also come in three main forms. 1. The neighbouring rights. These are the performance royalties for recordings, when the recording is played publicly, like radio, non-interactive streaming like Pandora, and also restaurants and gyms. In the US, Sound Exchange collects this and pays the artists and labels separately. Number 2, the recording revenue. This is the most straightforward one. Money from sales, downloads, or streams of the master recording. Streaming platforms like Spotify pay labels and distributors who then pay the artists according to their contract. 3. Sync royalties. The other side of the sync. To use the recording itself in a movie, ad, or game, the label or artist grants a master use license. That's another one-time fee, usually split between label and the artist. This is why sync is so powerful. One sync deal can mean a big upfront fee for the publishing side, another big fee for the master side, and ongoing performance royalties every time the video airs. And of course a spike in streams when new fans hear your song. If you own both sides, so publishing and master, you literally get paid twice. And that's why one good sync can change your whole life. So here's the big picture. Publishing royalties pay songwriters and publishers. Master royalties pay artists and labels. Together, they form the two sides of the music business. Miss one side and you leave money on the table. So now you understand the foundation. Every track has two sides, and each side has its own royalties. If you want to keep learning, make sure to subscribe. And if you want the full roadmap of the music business, check out my book, The Complete Music Industry Guide on Amazon. Thanks for watching.